Hey YouTube, this is Mr. North 14, and today I want to do a review on the Vizio 5.1.2 Dolby Atmos Soundbar. Now, as you can see, that's the soundbar up front, and I'm going to rotate the camera, so excuse me for a minute. And as you can see, the satellite speakers right there are in the back, and the subwoofer is on the ground behind the couch. So that I can feel the bass when I'm sitting there. So that'll give you a look at the system itself. Now, back on the soundbar here. Now, like I said, this is 5.1.2. This is a Dolby Atmos soundbar. And for those of you who don't know what Dolby Atmos is, it's basically Dolby's new sound technology. And what they say is called object-based sound. I like to call it spatial audio. Basically, what's happening here with Dolby Atmos is that it's literally turning sound into an object, okay? And as it's an object, it's throwing that sound around the room. It's throwing it from your right ear to your left ear, from the ground up to the ceiling, from in front of you to behind you. It's very amazing to hear Dolby Atmos. Okay, it's very amazing. So, like I said, I like to call it spatial audio. To give you a description of Dolby Atmos, because I can't play anything because of copyright laws and things like that, but I really don't think you could hear it anyway. But to describe what it sounds like, Dolby Atmos and the superiority of it over every other form of sound that's out there, is that basically I was watching War of the Planet of the Apes. And there's a scene where, in the beginning, where it's a bunch of arrows falling down on the soldiers. Okay, now normally you would just be in there, and with Dolby Surround, you would hear it. You just hear all the arrows being shot. But with Dolby Atmos, you literally hear the arrows flying past your right and left ear, flying above your head and behind you. So the secret of Dolby Atmos is that it allows you to hear sound like you would normally hear through your ears. Like how sound, if you was outside in the woods, you would hear all the life around you. If an owl hooted, you would know if it was on the right side, left of you, what direction, how high it was up in the tree, or if someone was screaming and you were in the woods, you would know, which direction to go in and find them. That is the secret of Dolby Atmos. It's spatial audio. It's object-based audio. Okay, so it's like using your human ears, your inner force, and you're trying to find somebody and they're yelling at the top of their lungs. You're able to go in the direction and find them. That's how Dolby Atmos is. So I hope that gives you a great example of why Dolby Atmos is so superior and why every home should have a Dolby Atmos system. Okay, now the thing that's great about the Vizio 5.1.2 system is that it comes with a remote. Okay, now this remote has an LED screen on it. That is major because some of these high-priced $1,600, $1,000 ones don't even have a screen on it. And trust me, when you're trying to update the bass, the surround sound, the subwoofer, you're going to need a screen to view that. Now, I've owned one of the expensive ones. I had the first all wireless one by Damson, and it had a remote, but it wasn't like this. It basically had no LED screen. So you couldn't really control anything. And it was either too loud or too soft for you to even hear. And when you did make changes, it was like drastic changes. You couldn't go up one click at a time. It was like when you pushed the up volume, you went up 3 times instead of 1 time. Well, with this system, you could go up 1 time because it has a great remote with an LED screen that lets you know what you're doing. So let's say that you didn't have. I mean, that it has the remote, or, it has the remote. But the thing about it also has an app. Now, the app is amazing. It's called SmartCast, and it goes with your phone. So it gives you more of a video representation of what your speaker can do. So you go into control in the app, and now you can control your volume. And then if you go into systems, not only can you hook up your Wi-Fi, your speaker to your Wi-Fi, but you can also control all the audio functions on the Vizio Dolby Atmos Soundbar. Give it a second here because it's hooked up to the internet. So I can control the bass, the treble, the center, the surround volume, the surround balance, as well as the subwoofer. And I have a video representation of this. Okay, and that's what's great about it. Okay, you can also go in the system here and download updates. So if something ain't working right, or if it's not working with a particular TV, they can go in there, quickly update it, because you got it hooked up via Wi-Fi. So when you get it, this system always hook it up via Wi-Fi, because that means it doesn't matter where you are in your home, you can control it. Okay? And like I said, besides that, this has precise Dolby Atmos sound. It is truly amazing how it works. Like I said, I got it for $299, okay, at Sam's Club. Now, they had it on the holiday sale. Now it's about $450 to $500, but I don't know if they're going to bring that sale back again. But if they do, please get this system, because the bass is good, the satellite speakers are good, and the sound bar sound like any premium system out there. And like I said, I owned an $800, the first wireless Damson product one, and let me tell you, I wasn't impressed with it. This system, I'm impressed with it because they've got the kinks out. You can use it how you want to. It throws the sound around the room and everything. Things whiz by your left ear, whizzes by your right ear, above you, below you. It's totally amazing. So, like I said, if you can find these for the price, please go out and get this Vizio system. It's the cheapest that I know on the market. And Vizio is good at making things that are affordable, but they are high quality. Okay? Now, the speakers don't feel all high quality, high quality and everything, but the speakers that are in them is high quality, and you hear crisp, clear sound. Okay? Another benefit of this thing is that, like I said, my Damson system that I bought was all wireless. Okay, so the only wires it was just to plug it up. But they use some type of Bluetooth technology called J-Connect. And anytime I would turn on my microwave or something like that, I would get static and stuff, and things would click on and click off. And like I said, I couldn't control the volume. With this system, I have no issues with controlling the volume. I have no issues with microwaves going on or going off. I mean, the speaker system, the only wires I have is to the 2 satellite speakers, and that's good. Now, the main subwoofer is connected by Bluetooth, okay? But it's wired connected to the speakers, and that's a good thing. That means you're not going to have that much fluctuation with the sound. When you hear things coming out of your TV, it's going to be in sync. You ain't going to have to worry about it not being synced up or any issues like that. So like I said, for $299, when I owned the $800 one, this is amazing. And with the remote and the app, it just takes this system above the bar. Okay? Now, I have a movie room. As you can see, that door that's straight ahead to the left, not the one that's going up the stairs, but to the right, excuse me, not the one going to the left. The door to the right is my movie room. And that's where I have a Dolby Atmos receiver. Okay? And I also have the speakers up in the ceiling for the height speakers. Okay, so that's why I first experienced Dolby Atmos and realized that I had to get a sound bar for other parts of my home, because once you experience Dolby Atmos, you're not going to want to hear sound any other way. Okay, now the issue with these sound bars, and a lot of people think that once they get these sound bars, they're going to hear everything in Dolby Atmos. That's not true. If your TV is not equipped with Dolby Atmos, they're making new TVs that do have Dolby Atmos, okay, or you don't have an Xbox One X or something like that, you are not going to hear things in Dolby Atmos unless the app is programmed to run in Dolby Atmos. And that's another key feature, again, of this remote. It's called Info. You hit the Info button on this remote and it will always let you know if you in Dolby Atmos, Dolby Digital Plus, or Dolby Digital. Okay, and there's also a light on the soundbar that will also tell you if you in Dolby Atmos or Dolby Digital. Okay, so like I said, in order for you to get Dolby Atmos, you're going to need either a CD. You're going to need a CD that has the audio the Dolby Atmos audio into the soundtrack. You're going to need a TV or an Xbox One X that has it in its operating system to play in Dolby Atmos mode. Okay? And so remember that, because like I said, you're not going to hear out for your cable box Dolby Atmos unless the cable box has Dolby Atmos in the OS to play that way. That's why I tell people to get an Xbox One X or an Xbox S, and plug it up that way, because every app on the Xbox One S, even the games, play in Dolby Atmos. So it doesn't matter if you're watching Netflix, it don't matter if you're watching Prime Video, it doesn't matter if you're watching Hulu. Every sound that comes out is going to be played in Dolby Atmos. Okay, or it's going to try to replicate in some type of DTSX type of format. It's going to play in, it's going to try to do Dolby Atmos and everything. So remember that you are going to need an Xbox One X or some system like an Amazon Fire, something that has Dolby Atmos in it, because you're not going to be able to play it, off your cable box or anything like that. You're going to need a Blu-ray player that's Dolby Atmos. You just can't have a Blu-ray player that's coded with the CD and make it play in Dolby Atmos. A lot of people don't know that, and when you run out and go buy these things, you think you're going to be listening to Dolby Atmos and everything. Okay? But you're not, and that's why I tell you to get an Xbox One X, because then when you hook that up to your cable box or things like that, then it's going to try to play everything in Dolby Atmos, even when you're using your Xbox as a TV turner, as a cable TV to hook into your cable TV box. So that's why you need that. And like I was mentioning earlier, I have a movie room. The only downside with this system is that it doesn't come with a microphone, a mic. And the reason why I say that is because I have, like I said, in my movie room, I have a Dolby Atmos system with high speakers, but it comes with a mic, the receiver. So you basically place the mic in the center of the room where a person is going to be sitting, and it tells you how far your right speaker is from that person, to your left speaker is, your height speakers. And so when you listen into Dolby Atmos, it's more personal because it knows where you're sitting. So it knows where to place the sound. Okay, so when the arrows were flying, it was flying past my left ear, my right ear, above me, below me, everywhere around the room I could hear arrows, but it was positioned to where I was sitting in the room so that I could get the best sound. Okay, Dolby has a commercial where a bird is flying around your head. When I use these speakers, it's flying level with my head from my left side to my right side. The bird flies over my head in a circle. But with my high speakers in my movie room, the bird is literally above my head, flying in a circle, because it knows where I'm positioned, where to throw the sound to at the right height so that I can really seem like the bird is above me. And that's what this system is missing. Okay, it's missing that microphone to tell you exactly where the person is sitting, how far each speaker, and how to throw the sound. But other than that, sound bars are great. This one is amazing. Please go out and get it. If you can find it for $2.99, like I did, then you hit the jackpot. If you pay $450 or $500 for these, you still hit the jackpot, because it's worth every penny, and it's the cheapest ones out there, and it does Dolby Atmos just like it's supposed to be done. But like I said, you're never going to you're never going to match with a sound bar a movie room, with high speakers in the ceiling. But Vizio does have a 5.1.4 where the front speakers have up firing and the satellite speakers have up firing. Now that's probably a different experience, but since I didn't get that one, and that cost about $1,000, I didn't get that one because, like I said, I went out and bought those expensive ones, and wasn't too impressed. But this system for $2.99, I'm impressed. I'm happy with 5.12. I don't think I need 5.14. So I hope you enjoyed the review. I hope you go out and get this system, because Vizio did a bang up job. This is good Dolby Atmos. I recommend this for every household in America. It's affordable, it's reasonable, and it works with HDMI ARC. And I really can't get into the story about the ARC because down here I'm using a Philips TV. This is an older model, so my ARC only works. So the Dolby Atmos only works with the actual device, which is my Xbox, that's plugged in to the HDMI in port on the back of the soundbar. But when I had it upstairs to my 4K Roku TV, it didn't matter that I had the Xbox plugged in. Still, when I turned on my TV or anything like that, the sound still played through my speakers. And if with my TiVo I use my Prime Video app and played something that was in Dolby Atmos, the speakers kicked in and played the Dolby Atmos soundtrack. So I could hear sound out of my Xbox in Dolby Atmos. I could hear sound out my TV, but that came out in Dolby Digital Plus or Dolby Digital, whichever I had my TV on. And then if I went into my TiVo and used an app that has Dolby Atmos program, then it played it in Dolby Atmos. Now, if I went to Netflix in my TiVo app, I didn't get Dolby Atmos sound out of it. But if I hooked up the sound and watched Netflix through my Xbox, because the Atmos software is in Microsoft's OS in the Xbox, then from Netflix, I hear it in Dolby Atmos. So that's why I tell you, if you can, get an Xbox S or an Xbox X and hook it up to your cable provider, then everything you will hear will be in Dolby Atmos. Okay, so I hope this helped you out. This is Mr. North 14. Out. Peace.